Welcome to Indiana High School football on K99.3. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Dairy Queen of Winnemac, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5-Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columby and Chris McGowan is next.
The past few years have highlighted many unsung heroes in our communities, and one that comes to mind are educators.
We always appreciate the important work that educators do, but we're especially thankful for how they have gone above and beyond to serve.
Can you not hear me right now?
Indiana.
I'm Paul Knighty, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, and a proud North Posey Viking.
And I'm Carrie Rosati, IHSAA Assistant Commissioner and a proud Roncalli Royal.
Let's take a moment to thank all of our educators, including those who also coach. They always go the extra mile, not only to develop successful student athletes, but also great people.
High school sports would not be what they are without the men and women who teach and coach our state student athletes.
To all of our educators, we see you, we care about you, and we're really grateful for you.
Let's all support the vital work of teachers and coaches by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is appreciation. This is gratitude. This is your IHSAA.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. How about another big week of savings? Starts in the meat department. Make sure 5 stars always Tony Ross, your meat headquarters. With prices like this, you can't afford it to be anywhere else. U.S. government inspected boneless ribeye steak. The grill will be going at Tony's house. $5.99 a pound. Tombstone original pizza, the kids' favorites. Assorted varieties, 12-inch, 2 for $8.88. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his
Yes,
family
I can hear the
have always
commercials.
set
Sorry,
the
I just read
standard
that.
when it comes to taking care of all
Yep,
your
sounds
heating
good.
and
Appreciate
cooling
you.
needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of K99.3, Mitch Columby and Chris McGowan.
You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the South Central Satellites host the South Newton Rebels here in Union Mills. This is Indiana High School football. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you, Harold, for all that you did for Kankakee Valley Broadcasting. Thank you to our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, who is back at KVB headquarters, making sure we are broadcasting out to you live. Down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information from the field, our sports analyst, Chris McGowan. I am Mitch Columby. The tradition continues. This is Indiana High School Sports on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you to South Central Field here in Union Mills, Indiana, 46382, as the Satellites are in a battle with Rebels tonight, providing us our entertainment this evening as Week 8 of the Indiana High School football season is 25 minutes from kickoff. Plenty of sunshine to start the evening, but with some rain before the game as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on WKVI 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for Week 8, where we saw the West Central Trojans take the Tomahawk Trophy from the Winnemac Warriors in the battle for Pulaski County last week. Tonight is a different setting. The Satellites have had a tough season, winning 1 of the 7 games played so far. They are small in numbers and have had some unfortunate injuries that head coach Buzz Schoaf has talked about on the Saturday Sports Line each week. The game they won against Osceola Grace in Week 5 gave them the confidence they needed, but this team is young and learning a lot right now, wouldn't you say, Chris?
And building towards the future, obviously this season. But again, you got to give them all the credit in the world for what they've back with the loss of a teammate. So to be out here tonight to try to get things back to normal speaks volumes for this young South Central team.
Being a former coach yourself, Chris, is there anything a coach can do to keep the positivity flowing when a season just isn't going the way you'd hoped?
You just got to keep speaking the positives and keep pointing out, when you do good things and always look for those teachable moments. That way the kids can learn something every single time they take the field, whether it be practice, whether it be in game, but you're always watching game film and you're always pointing out when the technique is good, when the coverage is good, when the blocking scheme is good. So you just keep writing and finding those positives, and you just keep harping the positive.
As we look at the South Newton Rebels, head coach Brad Beavis is in his 7th season at the helm. Last year was his best season with the Rebels, going 5-5. This year, they have maintained that hard work and are 4-3 on the season heading into these final 2 weeks. Leading the Rebels in rushing is their quarterback, Evan Krug. He has 100 carries on the season for 558 yards, sitting at 5.6 yards per carry. Just behind him is their starting running back, Corbin Cruz, with 75 carries for 430 yards, averaging 5.7 yards per carry. In the receiving category, Chase Stillebauer leads the charge with 31 receptions for 520 yards on the year, averaging 16.8 yards per catch. That's not the only target, though, Chris. Lucas Boguski, has 19 receptions for 331 yards, averaging 17.4 yards per catch. In the passing category, we bring back up Evan Krug, a junior for the Rebels. He isn't shy when it comes to throwing the football. He has 146 attempts for 1,306 yards thus far into the season. He is averaging 16.5 yards per pass as well. After hearing a quick rundown, Chris, what are you now expecting to see from the South Newton Rebels?
Sounds like a pretty balanced attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, South Central is going to have, you have to know down and distance. You're going to have to know tendencies, and that's where game film and game study comes in on what South Newton likes to do on 3rd and long, or 3rd and short, or 2nd and long. So knowing those downs and distances and tendencies will dictate what you're going to see defensively from this young South Central team. But it sounds to me like it's a pretty balanced attack from the South Newton Rebels. And again, it's a program there. There were some times there, about 6, 7, 8 years ago where they went 3 or 4 or 5 years without winning a football game.
Wow.
So to see Coach Beavis finish at 5-5 last year and 4-3 this year. So, a win tonight guarantees another winning season. So, got things turned in the right direction there at South Newton.
Well, we appreciate you joining us here on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Buy, drink, smile, Coke. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You've been listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Coke knows there's nothing better than the beat of the summer. The beat begins in a simple and mellow place. From low-key to hyped up. So we're helping you and your friends drink it all in with 100 days of the artist's experiences, tracks, and concerts. The best names in music, all at Coke Studio. Drink, scan, and enjoy your Coke so you never miss out on all the amazing offers we're dropping this summer.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thanks, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. 2 injuries to report for tonight. The South Central Satellites' Tyler Arciniga has an ankle issue. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Aaron Hogan, who unfortunately we've talked about on the Saturday Sports Line, that MCL tear. Schrute will be starting in his place. As that's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. Stay tuned as the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the South Newton Rebels, Bradley Beavis. He's taking on the South Central Satellites tonight. What have you prepared this week to see on the field tonight?
Well, we feel like we're going to see a physical team, a team that's going to run the ball. The quarterback, when he gets outside the pocket, it's a little scary. But we just expect a hard-fought game here, and we're trying to get back on the winning track after dropping 2 in a row. So I think both teams are going to kind of be equally matched there, and if we can handle the weather, that team's going to be able to win.
Anything you can share with us about what your pregame speech to your players may sound like?
Just get back to what we do best. We like to be pretty balanced. Our quarterback everything goes through him, but we got some good supporting cast. We got 3 receivers that are, quality guys and catch the ball and get a lot of yards. So we got to do our screen game and our short pass game. And then Corbin Cruz, is, kind of our hammer. So we're going to hit the ball and kind of get him going. And then defensively, we're just very aggressive. So we just need to get back to what we do and then see how the game turns out.
It was raining a little bit earlier. Hopefully it stays like this. Boy, it feels like football weather out here. It looks like we're going to have to be bundled up extra. Is this the type of stuff you practice for with rain and cold like this?
Well, it's 70 degrees, I think, Monday through Wednesday, so I couldn't really prepare too much for this, but it's football weather, but it's our first taste of it, so yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams take that, and hits are going to feel a little bit harder, and holding on to the ball is going to be something that we're going to need to focus on.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the South Central Satellites of Union Mills, Buzz Schoaf. Buzz, what have you prepared this week to see on the field tonight?
Well, we know that South Newton's going to try to spread us out a little bit and try to utilize the space of the field effectively and efficiently. We just have to make sure that we condense the field down, keep their running back inside the hashes where we want to keep them, and then their quarterback can throw the ball down the field a little bit. So we just got to play fundamental football like any other game, and I think our kids are well prepared for this, just because I think our team matches up fairly well with their team as far as speed and size. So it should be a pretty interesting day.
It's cooled off. The rain luckily stopped. It's cleared off for the game tonight, but it finally feels like football weather out here. What are you going to tell your kids in the pregame speech today?
Well, I mean, it's going to come down to, the rain finally stopped, but the grass is still going to be wet and the ball's going to get wet. But we have to understand that the ball's wet for both teams, and the same struggles we're having is the same struggle they're having, and we can't make that the excuse of the night of why we can't hold on to the football. But I think, if the rain continues to stay off, that tonight should be turned into a pretty good night. I mean, the cold weather, maybe we're not accustomed to playing in it just yet, but if you're a football player, you're used to playing in cold. So that shouldn't be a factor. The grass being wet just can't be an excuse. So we'll overcome all that and we'll be just fine.
Anything you'd like the fans who may be listening to know?
Well, I mean, I just appreciate that all the support that we get, and hopefully tonight is something that this community badly needs tonight, and hopefully we do our part on that. So our part is to win the football game tonight and let everything else fall where it goes. I mean, it's going to be a nice tribute to Joey and Angela tonight that we sadly miss. We know that they would both probably be in the stands tonight if they were still with us. So this will be the first night as a community that we see that they're no longer with us, but we have faith and hope that they're in a better place right now. So we appreciate everything that this community has done for us over the past couple days.
Proud to be here tonight. Thanks, Coach, for your time.
Thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
All right, as we get set for Week 8 action, we're going to take
time now for the keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Once again, here's Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
Brief timeout for our national anthem. All right, as we get set for Week 8 action, what are your keys to the game as a South Newton Rebel, Chris?
Get off to a fast start. Spread the field and get your athletes out in space and not turn the ball over.
Well, they're having a moment of silence this evening. We will speak on that later. It's been a tough week here in South Central of Union Mills, and we've all gathered together for a wonderful football game tonight as they just had their moment of silence. But we will now flip sides. You are the head coach of the South Central Satellites, Chris. What does your pregame locker room speech sound like for these Satellites?
Hey, it's there for us to take. It's a game we can win if we come out and we execute. And you just got to come out and take care of business. Again, I think if South Central can get off to that strong, fast start and take care of the football themselves, you like their chances here at home. You just you never know with the moment of silence, and they just release the balloons. You never know mentally where they're going to be after a very draining week here at South Central.
Well, that's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marian University's Ancilla College. If you are looking for a place to continue your education, visit marian.edu/Ancilla. We are going to take a break as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our starting lineup is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Here at the Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth, we have one of the largest vehicle selections in northern Indiana. We know that you can visit any number of dealerships when shopping for a new car. That's why we always make sure we go above and beyond for our loyal customers throughout Michiana. Our Auto Finance Center also works to ensure that you take advantage of a lease or loan solution that fits your budget. Lots of new inventory in stock and en route. Special local market pricing. Come drive the new Silverado and soon the new Hummer EV. Stop by our showroom today or go to AutoParkChevroletBuickGMC.com and see more. Or even buy that special car you're looking for. The Auto Park Chevrolet Buick GMC in Plymouth. Come see the value.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Now it's time for the starting lineups.
Starting lineups on offense for the Rebels. Starting at quarterback is Evan Krug. The running back is Corbin Cruz. Starting wide receivers are Chase Stillabauer, Sean Mukasa, Lucas Boguski, and Luke Patterson. Holding things down on the offensive line for the Rebels are Grant Shute, Edgardo Andrade Luna, Hayden Baswick, Noah Akers, and David Van Wienen. On offense for the Satellites, they look like this. Starting at quarterback, Zach Hanchar. Running backs are Ben Bichinski, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Clayton Schrute. At halfback is Angelo Staff. The tight end is Hayden Trutko. The starting wide receivers tonight are Kevin Higley and Adam Kalina. The O-line being held down by Max Pershk, Preston Keene, Nevin Beagle, and Connor Elliott. That is your starting lineup for tonight, as we will be back to get set for kickoff as Week 8 of the 2022 Indiana High School football season from Union Mills, Indiana, is about to get started. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
What's good about Dairy Queen? Dilly bars, DQ cakes, blizzards, and the $5 buck lunch. Stop in for the $5 buck lunch with an entree, fresh hot fries, your choice of an ice-cold Coca-Cola product, and a soft-serve sundae flavor of your choice. Available every day from 11 to 4. Have a $5 buck lunch exclusively at Dairy Queen. Proud to support high school sports on US 35 Monticello Street in Winamac. Find out what's good about Dairy Queen.
Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Coke knows there's nothing better than the beat of the summer. The beat begins in a simple and mellow place. From low-key to hyped up. So we're helping you and your friends drink it all in with 100 days of the artist's experiences, tracks, and concerts with the best names in music, all at Coke Studio. Drink, scan, and enjoy your Coke, so you never miss out on all the amazing offers we're dropping this summer.
Welcome back to South Central Field as the South Central Satellites host the South Newton Rebels. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be here. Tonight is our WKVI game of the week as the Satellites come into tonight 1-6, hope to make a step forward in the right direction. On the other hand, the South Newton Rebels want to continue their growth as they've traveled a long way from Kentland, Indiana. You ever heard of Kentland, Indiana, Chris?
Oh, yeah, I've been there several times, actually. I've actually had to go down there and scout some basketball games before. So, no easy way. It's about an hour and 45 minutes to leave by bus. So, I had a nice long ride here from Kentland.
Well, you'll find this interesting. On this day in history, my grandfather was born in Kentland, Indiana, all the way back in 1914. He would have been 108 years old today. I found it fitting. I'm broadcasting a game with a team from Kentland, Indiana on my granddad's birthday. He's actually the person who got me interested in sports, believe it or not, Chris. He was a huge Purdue fan, always told me the story of times he would sneak in to see John Wooden play in front of a packed house. I guess he knew someone on the inside, supposedly, but he would always watch the Purdue game on TV muted while he had the Purdue radio call on for the play-by-play when I was growing up. Just a great memory for me. It must have rubbed off because here I am 26 years later. I'd like to think he's listening tonight. As both teams are in
I'm sure. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm sure he is. And, what a great memory there for you to be able to fall back on.
Well, we want to acknowledge on behalf of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, we would like to send our condolences to the Omen family. Words cannot describe the grief that has shocked this area of Indiana as we remember those lost and are heartbroken over such a tragic accident. Our thoughts and prayers are with South Central as we remember Joey, who was a baseball and basketball player at South Central. We also want to remember his mother, Angela. This is not something easy for anyone to talk about. We pray for Abby on a speedy recovery, as this is nothing anyone should have to go through. We are so saddened for your loss. The broadcast of tonight's game will be in their memory. The on-field PA announcer tonight. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the toss was made and South Newton won the toss, but they elected to defer. So South Central will get the ball to start this game.
Well, the on-field PA announcer tonight is Steve Nedza. The clock operator is Chad Haschel. The play clock operator tonight is Judd Tolman. The marching Satellites are on hand this evening under the direction of Michael Scheck as they provided our national anthem this evening as we are set here in Union Mills, Indiana for Week 8 Indiana High School football. The South Central Satellites against the South Newton Rebels. The Rebels will be kicking first as the kickoff is up and away, about to the 25. It'll be picked up by the Satellites, and they cut back over to about the 32-yard line. I didn't see who picked that up, Chris.
Yeah, I was on the other side of the field there, but it was one of the up men that picked it up and was able to pick up about 6 or 7 yards there for the Satellites.
So the Satellites move out onto the field. It's their turn to make sure some things can happen here. We talked to Buzz Schoaf in the pregame. Wants to keep things in between the hash on defense. Let's see what he brings out on the offensive end. All right, Hanshar takes the snap. He hands off over to the left side, and it's going to be snuffed out by a couple of Rebels on the play. Not much on the carry, if a yard at that. As Zach Hanshar, the quarterback, junior, gets the call from head coach, runs out to the huddle to give his players the call, and they have made the call. All right, Hanshar from shotgun. He's looking to take the snap. He does. Looks to throw. He's looking left. He fires, and it's caught by number 85. That was Carter Holmquist on the catch for the Satellites. Nice pass play from Hanshar. We'll see what can happen here. 3rd and 9 on their own 35-yard line. Hanshar from shotgun, looking to make something happen. He takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Now he's got to run out. He gets up to the middle. Now he's running on his own. He cuts it back over to the 35. He's brought down as he gains a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down. It looks like that was number 52 on the tackle for the Rebels. That was Hayden Basewick.
Yeah, Bedford doesn't bring him down. Hanchar still running there. Definitely picks up the 1st down. So a good 3 and out here for the South Newton Rebels defensively.
So they'll have to punt away quick as the Rebels are deep to return. I don't see the number who is returning this one. Looks like that's number 2, Chase Stillabauer, who is not going to pick this one up, and the Satellites are going to pounce on it on the 30-yard line in Rebel territory where the Rebels will take over on offense.
So, yeah, we first here at the 30-yard line, ball in the right middle of the field, and I'm curious to see this South Newton offense go to work.
Yeah, we'll see what South Newton has in store for us here this evening as we got a chance to talk to Bradley Beavis. As the Rebels will step up to the line of scrimmage, they've just broke the huddle. They're ready to go. Evan Krug from shotgun takes the snap, and the snap goes flying over his head. He's got to pounce on it before a Satellite gets him down in the backfield all the way back to about the 14-yard line. That was number 21 for the Satellites, Tyler Carr.
Yeah, the 6-foot junior there doing a good job of pouncing on that ball. And I tell you what, South Newton was very lucky to recover that snap that went over the quarterback's head there.
Well, the ball is maybe a little
big loss on 1st down.
Yeah, big loss on 1st down, Chris. The ball may be a little wet down there on the field from the rain earlier. Trust me, I got wet while setting up. It was raining pretty good earlier. As Krug, another missed snap over the head. Krug's going to have to run it. He gets it up to about the 25-30. Now he cuts back over to the left side. He's on the far sideline as he's going to get the 1st down and a couple more before he's tackled at about the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not how you draw that up, but again, another bad snap. But the quarterback there from South Newton just staying poised, Evan Krug, and picking up a huge 1st down on 2nd and 24 for the Rebels.
Yeah, 2nd and 24, and that play turns into a 1st down for the Rebels. They got lucky with that one. The Satellites on defense come back out. They're ready to go. Krug takes the snap for the Rebels. He hands off up the middle. That's number 6, Corbin Cruz. He's fighting for a yard after he got a big smack by a Satellite, and he's going to maybe get a yard on the play.
They're going to give him about 3 yards on that carry there for forward progress. But again, finally, a snap that Evan Krug could hit the quarterback. South Newton finally, after 2 non-conventional plays, actually get to run a conventional play.
All right, takes the snap, hands off up the middle. It's Cruz again. He's going to cut back up the middle. He's going to get maybe the 1st down. It looks like he's going to land in Satellite territory on the 45-yard line.
And just a great cut there. And you heard Coach Shove talk about in pregame, wanting to be able to keep their running back between the hash marks, not let him get outside. And so far, it's been the quarterback that has hurt them outside the hash.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 45-yard line in Satellite territory. 0-0, 7:30 to go here in the 1st. Krug takes the snap, hands off the Cruz again up the middle. They're going to rely on that for 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 5. 7 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Satellites looking to stop. The Rebels looking to make something happen here. Krug takes the snap. He hands off the Cruz up the middle again. He dances around before he's tackled by a couple of Satellites on that play. Looks like it was 22 and 77. John Whitaker and Adam Kalina on the tackle for the Satellites.
Big third down here for the South Central side defense. I'm sure South Newton is in 4-down territory. But, again, like you really make a statement here defensively for South Central if you get a stop here on 3rd and 4.
Takes the snap, 3rd and 4, hands off to Cruz. No, he keeps it himself. It's Evan Krug. He's going to fight for the first down. He may have it. He gets down at about the 38-yard line before he's tackled by a Satellite.
Yeah, just a zone read there by the Rebels, and Krug needed 4 and picked up about 4.5. So again, a fresh 7 down for the Rebels, and they are on the move after a very auspicious start to this drive.
Yeah, very auspicious. Very good word there. I like that, Chris. 6 minutes and counting here in the first quarter as Krug for the Rebels takes the snap. He's looking to run. He's going to keep it himself. It was an option play. He's got up the left side. Now he cuts back over to the middle. He's going back over to the right side, and he's got to the first down about the 23-yard line before he's tackled by number 24, it looked like, Brad Bashinsky.
South Newton doing a very good job of moving the sticks on this drive.
So the Rebels continue to move the chains. The Satellites doing their best. 1st and 10 here on the 23-yard line in Satellite territory. Krug takes the snap. He hands off up the middle, and a couple of Satellites read that beautifully. 77's the one that comes to mind. John Whitaker came flying in on that play.
So again, very good stop there on 1st down. South Newton now facing a 2nd and 10. So South Central starting to buckle down here defensively.
Clock continues to roll. Under 5 minutes here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10. Krug from shotgun. He takes the snap for the Rebels. He's looking to throw out to his left side. He fires, and it's going to be intercepted by the Satellites. I don't see the number, but he intercepted it and read it beautifully. Looks like that's number 21, Tyler Carr, I believe.
Actually, I think it was number 45.
Number 45.
Stepped in front of that.
Isaiah Apfelbacher. I sure hope I'm pronouncing that right. Isaiah with a huge interception for the Satellites in their own territory. They saved a big-time score from the Rebels. Boy, this is a change of events here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Satellites. Hanchar takes the snap. He hands off up the middle. Tries to fight forward to get a yard, and he's tackled to the line of scrimmage. That's number 18 on the carry, Clayton Stroud.
And again, South Central there just indecisive there in the backfield. Again, if you don't like the hole, you need to make a hole. So can't dance around at this level. You're not going to gain anything.
2nd and 10, ball on their own 30. Hanchar takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He's got to roll out to his right. He had Rebels after him. Now he cuts back over to the left side. Is he going to run it himself? I think he is. He's cut backs up to the middle. He's going to try to get a yard out of the play before he's tackled as this continues to be a back-and-forth affair.
Yeah, again, was able to pick up a couple yards there on the busted play. But you definitely tell that the rain has had an effect on the field with people slipping and sliding all over the place. So again, you got to make sure you keep your head, your shoulders, over your knees, over your toes. Keep that center of gravity and that balance.
It is a wonderful October evening here for football weather. Perfect time as Hanchar takes the snap from shotgun. He's looking to throw over to the left side. He finds his man, and he just overthrew it. He was intended target was Clayton Stroud.
Tell you what, that was a pretty impressive throw because he threw that from the right middle of the field all the way outside the numbers to the left sideline and threw a bullet just overshot his intended receiver there. So it's an 8 in South Central the punt.
It's Clayton Stroud. My apologies on the correction. Clayton Stroud is the corrected name on that. As the Satellites are going to have to punt away here on 4th and 9 on their own 32. The clean punt is away, as it falls into Rebel territory, and it's going to bounce all the way to the 27-yard line where the Satellites pick it up. A good change of possession for them. The Rebels are going to have some work to do. Well, as we look at our other area teams, Chris, let's get the big one out of the way. North Judson St. Pierre taking on LaVille tonight. Both teams are undefeated. What do you think's what's going on in your mind right now in North Judson?
Well, right now they are down 14-8 in the second quarter. So both teams, North Judson blocked in the first quarter and got a short field and scored. LaVille just recovered a fumble, was able to punch that in to take the lead 14-8.
Back at our game, Krug from the Rebels took the snap. He got it to number 16. That was Lucas Boguski for the Rebels as he got maybe 5 on, maybe 6 on the carries. It'll be 2nd and 4th. Ball on their own 36-yard line. As it's 14-8 in North Judson, Chris, it's going to be a tight one, it looks like.
Yeah, with those, I think the last 2 contests have been decided by 4 points. So the game's far from over, that's for sure.
Krug from shotgun takes the snap. He hands off up the middle. That's Cruz this time, and he's going to get the first down and more as he cuts back over to the 50-yard line and crosses in to Satellite territory before he goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, pretty elusive runner there is Cruz for the Rebels. This offensive front line for South Newton doing a very good job of being able to get to the second level and not allowing these linebackers to roam free.
Well, the Rebels will line up on offense in Satellite territory. They had a rough goal of it last drive as they're going to take the snap from shotgun. Here comes Krug looking to throw over to the left side. He has his man and he overthrows it again. And you're right, Chris. The elements must have a reasoning what's going on the field right now. The players are just trying to get adjusted.
Not only that, but the cooler temperatures down, the ground being a little bit warmer, so it's just going to create more dew on the field after that rain. So again, yeah, these both these teams are slipping and they're on like ice.
Well, it has cooled down quite a bit today. As Krug takes the snap for the Rebels, he hands off up the middle to Cruz, but 3 Satellites, maybe 4, read that play wonderfully. He only gets 2 on the carry. That was Corbin Cruz.
So here's the money down for the Satellites, 3rd and 7. You get a stop here and not allow South Newton to pick up too much yardage, and you may force a punt.
Well, 3rd and 6. Ball on Satellite's 39-yard line. Scoreless here in the first with 1:30 to go. Krug takes the snap. He flicks it over to, I didn't catch the number. He may get 3 on the carry. I don't know if it's going to be enough, Chris.
It was Luke Patterson on the little, actually going to go down as a shovel pass. So that's going to go down as a completion there for Krug. But, Patterson there on the carry, so it's going to be 4th and 2, and South Newton keeping the offense on the field here.
Well, they're going to try to go for it here. They want to test the defense, see what the Satellites have here. 4th and 2, a minute, less than a minute to go here in the first already. Krug's going to take the snap from shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get the first down before he's tackled, and they went for it and got it. A good gamble on that one.
Yeah, quarterback design run all the way, just a quarterback ISO there. And again, a fresh set of downs here. So the last time South Newton was down in this territory, they actually threw an interception. So the South Central defense is going to have to step up once again.
25 seconds and counting. Looks like they, I don't know, you think they'll run this one out? They may try to get a player off sides. No, they're going to go for it. Krug takes the snap. He throws out to the left side. That's Lucas Boguski, who's still fighting, and he's still standing up. Is he in? He got down to the 1-yard line.
He's down to the 7.
Down to the 7-yard line, excuse me. Bad angle from up here. Thank you, Chris. As he got tackled at about the 7-yard line. A huge first down play, as that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless here in South Central. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services. Specializing in mobile crane service, call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. And by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Well, Chris, we saw the first quarter go down the way it did. What are your thoughts now after seeing this tightly contested first quarter?
Well, right now, South Central is struggling to move the ball offensively, and defensively, South Newton Rebels are doing a very good job of controlling the interior defense of South Central. So South Central, again, on that first defensive stop, had somebody step up and make a play. They're going to have to do the same thing here. It's first and goal from the 7-yard line for South Newton.
So flip the sides at the second quarter. The teams have now flipped to the other side of the field. The South Newton Rebels will be heading south now. The Satellites heading north as Krug takes the snap. He hands off to Corbin Cruz over to the right side. He is snuffed out immediately by a couple of Satellites on that play. I don't think he got anywhere.
Yeah, South Newton, or actually South Central, they're doing a very good job. Number 50 and number 76, and here's trying to get names here for South Central. Cole Nealon and Braden Lautenball doing a very good job of stringing that play out and bringing him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, thanks for catching that. It's kind of hard from this angle to see those numbers. I appreciate you down on the field, Chris. As Cruz going to take the snap and keep it himself. He's running it up the middle. He's trying to get a touchdown, and the Rebels are going to score first here, drawing first blood. 6-0 here in South Central as the South Newton Rebels score. Evan Krug with another.
Again, just a design quarterback for South Newton, and a very good executed play there on the quarterback ISO, and South Newton draws first blood, 6-0.
Well, it took the whole first quarter and just to start the second quarter before our first score here this evening, as it has been a defensive affair tonight. We've had an interception on the South Central side of the field, and the South Newton Rebels had to fight back to get this first score. It has not been easy for them at all, as it looks like there's a flag on the play. It looks like it will be on the Satellites.
So that's going to be half the distance to the goal, and South Newton now putting their offense back onto the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
So they've decided because of the penalty they're going to go for 2 now. We've seen a lot of teams this season going for 2 instead of electing to kick for the extra point. And he's going to take the snap and run it himself up the middle. And he's going to get the 2-point conversion. And that was Evan Krug on the carry. He got the 6-point touchdown. He got the 2-point conversion. He's doing it all right now for the Rebels.
Score update from Laville. In the second quarter now, North Judson has retaken the lead 15-14.
Wow. Well, of course, you can catch that game on our second broadcasting station, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR with the boss, Tony Ross and crew on Max 98.3 FM. Feel free to jump back and forth as we will have a lot of football action broadcasting in this area of Indiana tonight. Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has got you covered. So the South Newton Rebels of Kentland, Indiana will be set to kick away to the South Central Satellites of Union Mills. as we are so glad to be here. Chris McGowan, our sports analyst, down on the sidelines getting all the inside information. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on WKVI as the kick from the Rebels is up and away, and the South Central Satellites are going to return this from about the 16, maybe the 18. He gets it up to about the 37-yard line before he's tackled by a Rebel. I didn't catch who was returning that one, Chris. Did you?
Yeah, Clayton Strunk returned that from about the 16-yard line. So South Central are going to have excellent field position here to start this drive. And let's see if they can get something going here offensively.
Clayton
going to struggle so far here in this first half.
Yeah, thank you. Clayton Stroud on the return for the Satellites as it is 8-0 here in South Central. The Rebels lead with 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Fresh set of downs for the Satellites. Ball on their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Hanchar takes the snap. He hands off up the middle. A stutter step before he finds his hole, but he's going to be tackled by a couple of Rebels on the play. There's not much on it.
And again, it's Clayton Straw there on the carry. A loss of 2 on the play, so 2nd and 12 for the Satellites.
Want to wish my good buddy Cody Monroe, who's traveling right now, listening to us all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, online at WKVI.com, streaming throughout the world and online. We appreciate you tuning in, Cody. Thank you. All right. 10:30 to go here in the second quarter. Satellites on offense. Zach Hanchar from the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to throw out to his right. He finds his man. That's number 18, Clayton Stroud again, and he's going to be tackled at about the 34-yard line. Not much on it again.
So, again, South Central finding themselves 3rd and long here and haven't had much success on the ground. So, maybe try to roll Hanchar out of the pocket, give him the option to pick this up with his first down or with his arm. So, again, 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12 for the Satellites, and they really need to convert this 3rd down.
Big play for the Satellites. Hanchar and shotgun. He takes the snap. A low snap, but he has it. Now he's rolling out to his right. He's got a Rebel after him, and he's going to be tripped up at about the 20-yard line. I thought he was going to get away from it. That was number 50 on the Rebels. David Van Wienen with the tackle, and it looks like there may be an injury on the play.
Yeah, the Whitecap just got trucked.
Oh, my.
Not being able to get out of the way.
It's an official now. That's our head official this evening. We were unable to get the list of names of officials, but we sure hope he's okay. That's our lead official in the white hat as he took a huge hit. That's the hardest hit of the night so far, Chris.
Hey, he's laughing about it. So, tell you what, pretty impressed with the way he was able to take that. That was impressive. I'll give him kudos to that. I may have to get a word with him here in a minute.
You're about as close as the action, Chris, as you can get without having to deal with that and being an official. All right, so the Satellites will set to punt away deep in their own territory. The punt is up and away, and it's going to hit at about the 45-yard line before it's caught by number 2 and tackled right away. Chase Stillebauer with the catch, tackled right away by a Satellite on the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, as it will be Rebel ball.
Yeah, 9:13 left in the second quarter, 8-0 game. So South Central, again, defensively here, they need to make a stand. A 3-and-out here could play huge and switch this momentum. Right now, South Newton has definitely won the field position battle.
So the Satellites on defense looking to make something happen. Rebel quarterback Evan Krug from shotgun takes the snap. He's looking to throw over the middle. He's found his man, but it's so wet out there. He slips and falls on the grass. The ball hits the ground as it'll be second down.
So 2nd and 10 here. Again, South Central can make some noise here defensively. But again, this running game for South Newton has been able to do whatever they wanted to do here in this first half.
South Newton Rebels takes the snap. Krug. He hands off up the middle to Corbin Cruz, who's not going to get much as both teams running offensively cannot get going. Both teams' defenses came to play tonight.
So pickup of about 2 yards there on second down, 3rd and 8 for the Rebels, and definitely a 4 down territory here. So you got 2 plays to pick up this 8 yards if you're South Newton.
Satellites need a big stop here. 3rd and 8, ball on Rebels 40-yard line. Krug takes the snap. He's looking to throw immediately over to the left side, and it's a wide open pass to number 16, Lucas Boguski. Touchdown Rebels, as it's another touchdown here at South Central. Well guarded, and then looks like the defensive effort just slipped on the ground, leaving the wide receiver wide open. Boguski with a huge touchdown for the Rebels.
Yeah, just a post route by the outside receiver and a wheel route by the inside slot receiver there by the Rebels, and a beautiful throw ball there by Krug, hitting right in stride, and the defender was right there, but again, a perfectly placed ball. That ball was dropped on a dime by Krug.
Edgardo Andrade Luna set to kick this one for the extra point for the South Newton Rebels. The snap, the hold, the kick up, and it is no good. A little short there. Almost had it, but just fell short, as the score will stay 14-0 here in South Central as the Satellites trail the South Newton Rebels here in Union Mills. We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Well, we jump in and look at the West Central Trojans coming off that big win last week against Winamac, taking the Tomahawk Trophy home. They play Frontier tonight. Any thoughts on that game, Chris?
Well, I tell you what, Coach Hall has his Trojans playing very well after taking the Tomahawk last week. Goal number 2 was to win the conference, and so they put themselves in the driver's seat to be able to do that, but they have to take care of business tonight.
The Rebels kicked it up away. It looks like that's going to be returned by the Satellites, number 86, I believe. Yes, that is Kevin Higley. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He gets it back up to about the 36-yard line before he's tackled, as the Satellites offense is out on the field, ready for another go. Let's see if they can make something happen.
Yeah, 8:21 here in the second quarter. Left in the second quarter, 14-0. So if you're South Central, you don't have to panic just yet. But you definitely need to be able to string together a couple of first downs on this drive.
Hanchar from shotgun for the Satellites. He takes the snap. He's looking to throw out to his left. Now he's running out to his right. He's got Rebels coming after him. He gets out of the pocket. He is fast. Now he goes over to the left side. He throws. He finds his man open, and it's just overthrown a little bit as he put quite the athletic display on for us there to get out of the... Boy, that was tough. Zach Hanchar almost got sacked. Huge play for them. I thought they were going to complete that.
Yeah, did a good job of keeping the play alive. I thought he had a lot of great grasp.
Yeah.
I think he could have tucked that up and actually ran it there. So
I was thinking the same thing.
You can't fault him for the effort there. He saw a receiver open downfield, but when you're having to run like that, it's kind of hard to place that ball very fast.
2nd and 10, ball on their own 35-yard line. 8 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the first half. Hanchar takes the snap, fires immediately. That's Kevin Higley with the reception. He's going to get it to about the 43, 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
So good, just a nice curl route there by the Satellites, and makes it a manageable 3rd and 2. So South Central looking to pick up their first down of the game.
So South Central and Zach Hanchar making things happen. 3rd and 4 on their own 43-yard line. They need something here from shotgun. He takes the snap. Hanchar rolls out to his left. He finds his man immediately. They're going to get the first down before they're tackled at about the 47-yard line, and a little something to cheer about here as they get the first down and move the chains.
Yeah, just a little flood combination there. They had trips to that side, ran a flood combination route over there, and Hanchar did a good job of hitting the short route and picking up the first down. So move the sticks, fresh set of downs. Now if you're South Central, let's get another one and look to build some momentum here.
A little positivity coming the South Central Satellites' way as Zach Hanchar's in shotgun. He's looking to take the snap. He does. Looking to throw immediately out to his right side, and it's going to hit the ground as his intended target was number 85. Boy, I don't have a number on him. Interesting. I'm not seeing that on my sheet. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Number 70 is wearing 85.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the guard got moved to tight end with all the injuries.
Interesting. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. As it's 2nd and 10 for the Satellites, Zach Hanchar looks to throw from shotgun again. He finds his man over to the right side, and it's overthrown. Intended target, that was Clayton Strow. Unfortunate throw there. The Elements have something to do tonight for sure.
Well, the pressure inside was great there by South Newton. Did a good job of not allowing Hanchar to get his feet set. But I tell you what, if he's able to complete that, it's 1-on-1 with probably two of the better athletes on the field with Strow and Krug for South Newton.
3rd and 10 for the Satellites. 6:50 to go here in the first half. They need something here. Zach Hanchar from shotgun looking to throw a deep one coming up to the right side. It's number 86. He gets tripped up on the play. No call as it was overthrown. Good defense by the Rebels. It'll be 4th down for the Satellites.
Yeah, they're not going to call a penalty on that. The defender was actually looking for the ball and got spun around and their feet just got tangled. So incidental contact and 4th and 10, and South Central will have to punt once again here in the first half.
So the Satellites are set to punt this one away again, unfortunately, but they may be able to pin the Rebels down in their own territory as it's a booming kick all the way to about the 22-yard line is where it's going to roll to the 20-yard line. Before the Satellites pick it up, the Rebels are going to have a long way to go here.
Down at 20, South Newton will be in there for.
Well,
6:35 left in the second quarter. 14-0 here, South Newton, and probably their worst starting field position of the night.
Well, the Culver Cavaliers hope to sneak a win by Pioneer tonight as they travel to Royal Center. What do the Cavs need to do for a win tonight, Chris?
Take care of the football and not get caught up in all that hype that comes with playing the Pioneer Panthers.
Yeah.
They're traveling to the pit. That's a tough place to play. But again, if you take care of the football and you keep their offense off the field, you give yourself a pretty good chance.
First play for the Rebels was a handoff from Evan Krug up to Corbin Cruz, who maybe gets 3 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5, ball on their own 25-yard line. The clock continues to click, Chris, as it's a little chillier out there. I see you're in shorts. Must not be cold enough yet for you.
No, I wear shorts year-round. You'll figure that out real quick.
All right.
But again, it's another score update at halftime up in LaVille. It is North Judson 21, LaVille 14.
Rebels tried to make a throw, but the ball slipped out of Krug's hand. That's probably wet as he had to run it out of the pocket himself. And a good scramble on the play as he's going to get a first down and more before he runs out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
Again, their two biggest plays other than the touchdown pass have been busted plays. Their first possession, 2nd and 24, a bad snap, and Krug just picks it up and stays poised and gets outside contain and picks up a first down. And then there, again, looks to throw it and it just slips out of his hands. catches basically his own pass and gets another first down.
1st and 10, ball on their own 40. The South Newton Rebels looking to make something happen as Evan Krug, the quarterback, takes the snap. He hands off to Corbin Cruz up the middle, who's fighting for about 6 yards before the Satellites bring him down.
So pick up about 6 yards there on first down. Maybe a long 5 there, but again, 5:20 left here in the second quarter. So South Central needs a stop.
And whistles on the play. It looks like they may be calling a timeout, I think.
Yeah, South Central got caught trying to bring in some fresh bodies there defensively. And I wanted to make sure that everybody's on the same page and everybody that's supposed to be on the field is actually on the field.
Today's sports broadcast is brought to you by Dairy Queen of Winamac. We thank them for being part of the community and supporting local high school sports. We also appreciate Mark's Body Shop in Knox. They're proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair or semi and RV repairs, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Well, the Knox Redskins traveled to Triton tonight. We heard from head coach Russ Radke last week, and he seemed really positive about tonight's game, didn't he, Chris?
Yeah, he did, but that's Russ. He's going to be positive about everything. He thinks that his team can go anywhere and play anyone and come away with the victory.
Well, we're back to football action here in the second quarter. 5:10 to go here in the half. As the Rebels are on offense, Evan Krug takes the snap from shotgun. He keeps it himself. He's rolling out to the left side. He's trying to make something happen before he's snuffed out by a Satellite. I don't think he's going to get the first down. That was number 22, Adam Kalina, on the tackle.
Yeah, again, they're going to give him a pickup of about 2 or 3 on that play, so it's going to be second and short. Or third and short. So 3rd and 1 here from the 44-yard line.
So 3rd and 1. Ball on the 44-yard line. The Rebels. Krug from shotgun. Hands off to Corbin Cruz up the middle, who's going to get the first down. And he's tackled by a couple of Satellites, one of which I saw, 72, Davin Sebo.
So again, South Newton doing a very good job of controlling the chains here, controlling the sticks. 4:14 and counting here in the second quarter. South Newton up 14-0 and on the move again.
Well, they're going to try to score before the end of the first half, but the Satellites need him to stop as Cruz going to take the snap and hand off to Cruz again up the middle. He's going to get maybe 5 or 6 on the carry before he's tackled by another couple of Satellites.
South Newton could really blow this open if they were able to punch one in here right before halftime, because they won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half.
It's interesting, if you look at the South Newton sideline, they use big pictures to point out the plays to the players. I like that. That's really cool. All right. Krug takes the snap. He hands off. That's number 16 rolling out to the right side. Lucas Boguski, who's going to get the first down before he runs out of bounds, it looked like. Huge run for him.
A score update. And a score update in the second quarter in Bourbon. Knox 24, Triton 19.
So it sounds like a good game going on in Triton, or Bourbon, excuse me. As the Rebels trot up to the line, ready to go here. 1st and 10, ball on Satellites 30. As Krug's going to take the snap and hand off the Cruz up the middle. He's going to get nothing as the Satellites snuff him out. One of the players on the play, 24, Brad Bashinsky. Huge tackle by him.
Yeah, again, South Central not falling for the jet sweep action there. And Krug doing a very good job of handling that snap. It was another high one of being able to hand that ball off to Cruz.
Takes the snap, hands up. No, he keeps it himself. He's trying to get out of trouble, though, as there's satellites all over the play. Krug, he cuts back over to the right side. He's trying to fight for the first down and more. He's going to get it before he's run out of bounds, and a flag is on the play. Evan Krug with a huge play for the Rebels.
Yeah, penalty flag come in late there. I don't know if what the call was. But a lot of bodies flying all over the place there on both sides.
That was a fantastic play by Krug. He doesn't look happy. It looks like they're going to be pushed back here. It may be on the Rebels. I'm not sure. He is definitely not very happy at all over there on the sideline.
Well, he took a shot before he went out of bounds. So I may call a late hit against the Satellites there because he took a heck of a shot.
And it looks like that is what they're doing. The ball moves farther into Satellite territory as it's going to be placed on the 10-yard line. Man. Boy, that you just hate to see it if you're a Satellite fan. The Rebels 1st and 10 on their own or on the Satellites 10-yard line as they get it up the middle. It's going to be another touchdown by the South Newton Rebels. It's 20-0 here in South Central.
Again, that late hit moved the ball there to the 10-yard line, to half a distance to the goal. And South Newton doing a very good job there on first down, punching that in to go up 20-0 here with 2:21 left in the second quarter.
So Edgardo Andrade Luna set to kick this one away for a second time. He's going to try this one. He missed his first one. We'll see if he can get this one through the uprights. The snap is away. The hold. The kick is up. A good, high, booming kick. And he reasserts himself after that one, is letting everyone know he can make it happen. That was a great kick. As the extra point goes through, it is 21-0 here in South Central as the Rebels lead the Satellites here in Union Mills. Well, we appreciate you joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. I am Mitch Columbia. Along with me is sports analyst Chris McGowan. He is down on the sidelines getting all the inside information. Stick around for our standard heating and plumbing air conditioning halftime show, where Chris will be able to talk to both head coaches and see what they're thinking and talking about to their team throughout the halftime break, as we have all access down on the field, getting a glimpse of what is going on everywhere here tonight. The Rebels are set to kick this one away as it is up a high kick up to about the 20-yard line, where it'll be returned by the Satellites up on the far left sideline. He's going to get it up to about the 40-yard line, maybe the 38-yard line before he's tackled with 2:14 to go here in the first half.
So 2:14, you got 2 timeouts left if you're South Central. Again, you have to come away with points here right before halftime if you want to get back into this game, because South Newton, again, won the toss, they deferred. They will get the ball to start the second half. So South Central, to get back into this game, has to make some magic happen here in this final 2:14 in the second quarter.
Zach Hanshar from shotgun for the Satellites, looking to make something happen. He takes the snap. He hands off up the middle. I didn't catch the number, and he's going to be snuffed out at about a yard gained on the play, maybe.
And that was Clayton Straw again for the Satellites. So second, going to bring up a 2nd and 9, and South Newton takes a timeout. Going to use one of their 3 timeouts here, looking to try to get this ball back before halftime.
So Straw on the play again. We hear his name quite a bit this evening. As if you're listening to the game here at Union Mills, the Marching Satellites under the direction of Michael Scheck will be on hand. They will be performing their halftime performance. Of course, you can see them. They look fantastic in their marching band uniforms, as they are just as much a part of the game as the football team themselves. You see the cheer block is on hand in full force here for South Central, as you see the cheerleaders for the Satellites as well. Looks like it was a very big showing here for South Central tonight, Chris.
Yeah, very big showing, and South Central is one of the few places where the visiting fans and the home fans are all sitting on the same side.
I noticed that. It's that'd be tough to sit next to your opponent like this, but I like it. I like that a lot. How's the South Newton side of things looking? Looking good? Hanchar takes the snap from shotgun. He's looking to throw. No, he's got to roll out to his right side. He outruns a couple of Rebels as he's still looking to throw. He does up the right sideline. A couple of Satellites there, but it goes out of bounds as it's unfortunate there.
Yeah, the South Newton Rebels, I tell you what, their fan base traveled pretty well, considering it was an hour and 45-minute drive from Kentland. And so with that incomplete pass, what happens now is South Newton's able to keep that other timeout in their pocket. With a minute 53, now it's 3rd and 9. And tell you what, you do not want to turn this ball back over to South Newton with too much time left on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to make something happen here. 3rd and 9 on their own 39-yard line. The Satellites need something. Zach Hanchar from shotgun. He takes the snap. He's looking to throw out to his right side. He finds his receiver deep, and it's going to be intercepted by Evan Krug for the Rebels, as it just was lofted up for him to catch as he cuts back across the 50-yard line to the 35 before he's tackled by a Satellite at about the 33, as it'll be Rebel football with a minute 38 to go. Not what you want to see from the Satellites.
Yeah, just overthrew his receiver there, and Evan Krug, playing center field, did a good job of picking that off and almost took it back to the house. But great hustle there by the Satellites coming from behind to make that play. Kevin Hickley saving a touchdown there. But, again, South Newton in business. Minute 38 left to go here in the second quarter. They got 2 timeouts, ball on their own. Actually, ball on the South Central 34-yard line.
So the Rebels on offense looking to make something happen here before the end of the first half, as Krug is in shotgun, ready to take the snap. He gets the whistle from the official. Krug is going to take the snap. He's looking to throw immediately. He finds his man over to the right side, and it's overthrown. His intended target was Chase Stillabauer, as it'll be 2nd and 10. So the clock is stalled.
Yeah, second and 10, ball on the left hash, 34-yard line, minute 32. Again, South Newton has both timeouts left, so looking to try to bust this game open here right before half.
Clock is stopped at 1:30 to go here in the first half. Krug looking to throw, fires over to the left side, his intended target, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown as the South Newton Rebels number 2 pulls it in. Chase Stillabauer, a huge play from the Rebels up the left sideline.
And again, all it takes right there, just one step. Bad coverage there by Isaiah Applebacher, but again, just a perfectly thrown ball. Applebacher got to be able to understand when that receiver is getting ready to make a play on the ball, so he can get his head turned and make a play on the ball as well.
Well, the Rebels are set to kick this one for the extra point. They do, and it is away and good, as it'll be 28-0 as the Satellites just can't get out of this half. Unfortunate play against them, but for the Rebels, a huge one to end the first half as they will go into the second half very excited. Tough first half for these Satellites, Chris.
It started off pretty well defensively on that defensive possession, getting the turnover, getting the interception, but offensively not being able to do very much. I think they may have been able to get 1 or 2 first downs total here in that first half. And there's still 25 left, and South Newton has 2 timeouts. So again, if you're South Central, right now you want to try to figure out how to get that minute 25 to roll off the clock and get into halftime and regroup.
Well, we want to give a big shout out to our good friend Ed Hasnerl, who's tuning in this evening all the way from Knox, Indiana, just down the road. Hope you're doing well this evening, Ed. We appreciate you joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKBI. The South Newton Rebels kick is up and away, and the Satellites are going to return this one from the 20-yard line. He cuts back up to about the 38-yard line before he's tackled. That looked like it was number 18, Clayton Strow, on the carry. Or on the return, excuse me.
And it was. So, again, South Central are going to have pretty good starting field. There were 2 timeouts left and a minute in each. So I wonder how aggressive Coach Schoaf is going to be here right before halftime.
Well, he's going to have to do something here with a minute 18. They need to try for respect purposes here to end the first half. But maybe he goes into the first half just easily here. We'll see what he does. As Hanshar takes the snap and hands off immediately, tackled by number 50, David Van Wienen of the Rebels. As the clock is going to continue to run here with a minute to go, they might just end the first half here.
Yeah, it looks like South Newton's just going to go ahead and let this clock run out. They're going to halftime here up 28-0.
Well, probably a smart move just to make sure nothing bad happens, as they'll probably have to run one more play, maybe 2. And he takes the snap, he hands off up the middle, and the Rebels are going to snuff him out again as the clock continues to roll. We invite you to stick with us for our halftime, our standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning halftime show. Chris McGowan is going to hopefully get a word down on the sidelines from one of our head coaches here in just a few moments as the clock continues to tick at 10 seconds to go here in the first half. You can see the players' breaths from here. It is that cold as the first half comes to a close, 28-0. The South Newton Rebels lead the Satellites here in Union Mills. A tough first half for the Satellites as we will prepare ourselves to send it down to the sidelines with our sports analyst, Chris McGowan. Looks like he's going to get head coach Buzz Schoaf of the South Central Satellites. Let's go ahead and sit it down on the sidelines with Chris McGowan.
All right, Coach. Offensively, struggling to move the ball there consistently. What did Jeff make at halftime to get that going?
Well, so they're bringing 6 every play, and we're just not seeing. Their middle linebacker, number 50, he's in our backfield before we even get out of the stand. So if we don't take care of that, this is what you're going to get. Defensively, we're in position to make plays. We're just not making plays. When you got a quarterback bottled up in the backfield for a 6-yard loss, and then he goes off and takes off for 15 yards, and then we get a personal foul attached to that. So you're not going to win football games playing the way we're playing, and we just got to go inside. We got to reevaluate what we're doing. I got to talk to my offensive linemen, keep their heads up, and see what the struggle is right now. But we're just not seeing the game right now. So and it's a struggle, and we struggled all season long. The same concept. We're young, and we got to get over this at some point. But as I'm tired of making the excuse that we're young, so we're gonna go in there. We're gonna trust things on the board, and hopefully it pans out well for us.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
All right, that's head coach Buzz Schoaf for the South Central Satellites with our sports analyst Chris McGowan down on the sidelines. We're going to take it to break as our standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning halftime show is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKBI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Quick grab, 5-star in the Knox Mall. How about another big week of savings? Starts in the meat department. Make sure 5 stars always Tony Ross here at Meat Headquarters. With prices like this, you can't afford it to be anywhere else. U.S. government inspected boneless, skinless chicken breast. Finally, it's down in price, $2.79 a pound. U.S. government inspected boneless ribeye steak. The grill will be going at Tony's house, $5.99 a pound. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Welcome to Marian University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marian University. Marian's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marian University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2 or 4-year degrees, go to www.marian.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marian.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on K99.3 FM. Here's Mitch Columbi.
Halftime here is South Central of Union Mills, 28-0 as the South Newton Rebels are taking it to the Satellites right now. An unfortunate first half for them, a great first half for the Rebels as we go ahead and bring in our sideline reporter, sports analyst Chris McGowan. Chris, a tough first half. We saw the Satellites battle there early on in the first quarter. No scoring at all. These 28 points came in the second quarter alone. What are your thoughts right now as you sit on the South Central sideline, Chris?
Thoughts, you heard Coach Schultz say it there. They just got in and make sure that the offensive linemen are seeing what's coming at them. You said the middle linebacker is in the backfield before quarterback even gets the snap. So center and guards have to do a better job of seeing what's coming and communicating if they're going to have any success during the second half.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier about the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays going up against the LaVille Lancers tonight. Most anticipated game for our broadcast as our sister station, WYMR, with the boss, Tony Ross and crew on Max 98.3 are on right now. Feel free to jump back and forth as we will have a lot of football action broadcasting in this area of Indiana tonight. Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has got you covered. As is there an update yet on that game yet, Chris?
The last score I saw was still at halftime, North Judson up 21-14.
So a tightly contested game as the Blue Jays are in it with the Lancers. And then we talked a little bit earlier about the Winamac Warriors traveling to Caston, hoping to turn things around. They made the trek all the way to Caston, taking their turn. Chris, what are your thoughts on the Warriors heading into Caston tonight?
I tell you what, both those teams are very young, and if Winamac goes and plays the type of game that they can play and they don't turn the ball over, look for Winamac to go to Caston and get the win tonight.
Well, it's just some of the area teams that we keep an eye on as we're so glad to be a part of our 8 area schools here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. As it looks like the Marching Satellites are about to take the field for their halftime performance under the direction of Michael Scheck, looking fantastic in their marching band uniforms. Red, white, and blue, of course. Those are the school colors. I also would like to mention midfield at the 50-yard line. You see the beautiful SC for South Central. Looks like it was freshly painted within the last couple of days. As the athletic department does a fantastic job here at South Central, and we want to point that out, that an event like this is not easy, and their hard work is noticed. It's going to be a good halftime performance, we hope. As I mentioned, it's the Marching Satellites. Should be a good halftime performance, Chris. I saw them practicing a little bit earlier before the game when it was just before it was raining. It was literally just moments before before it was raining. But they got their practice in, and it looks like it's going to be a good show, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to take a break and come right back for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We remind you that Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, that if you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. Serving the local area since 1936. We'll be back after these messages and a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Rick Rab, 5-star in the Knox Mall. How about another big week of savings? I'm sure 5 stars always, Tony Ross, your meat headquarters. U.S. government inspected. Pick them any way you like them. Boneless, thin, thick, or butterfly pork chops, $2.49 a pound. Red ripe Michigan seedless watermelons, $2.99 each. Sticking produce just for a minute. Fresh tender asparagus, eat fresh for good health, $2.49 a pound. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall. Last year, Friday nights were still game nights. But one thing was missing. You. This year, tickets to Friday night high school football are available again. And when you buy yours, you're buying so much more than a ticket. You're making a contribution to your community. That's because the proceeds from ticket and concession sales help fund your school's athletic department. This is Friday night. This is your IHSAA.
Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey folks, Auto Park Portal LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Welcome back here to South Central Field here in South Central Union Mills, Indiana, as the South Central Satellites taking on the South Newton Rebels. The South Newton Rebels, of course, are from Kentland, Indiana. They drove a long way for tonight's matchup between the Satellites and the Rebels. Chris is down on the sidelines getting a front row seat to this halftime performance. Chris, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds really well. Sitting here on the South Central bench on the South Central sideline, about the 50-yard line, and love a good band.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we talked earlier, and we'll follow back up a little bit. The Knox Redskins, you know, they traveled to Triton there in Bourbon, Indiana. We heard from head coach Russ Radke last Saturday. You know, he was really positive. Might have been one of the most positive interviews we've had with him on the Saturday Sports Line. He was really looking forward to tonight's game, wasn't he, Chris?
Yes, he was. And right now, the last score I saw, Knox was actually up 32-19 at Bourbon. So the Redskins making the trip to Triton High School and right now having a lot of success in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, and they've really turned it on since that tough loss against the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays. The Redskins have really turned on the Jets, and they're going into the postseason this late in the season. Perfect timing for them. I'd say if you're a Knox Redskin fan, you should be very happy. We jump in and look at the West Central Trojans coming off that big win last week against Winnemac, taking the Tomahawk Trophy home. They are playing Frontier tonight. Any thoughts on that game so far, Chris?
I haven't seen the score, but again, West Central, you know, if they take care of the football and don't turn it over, I like their chances to be one win away from winning the conference.
Well, we'll briefly talk about what had happened in the pregame from your vantage point, Chris. What did you see down there with the students releasing the balloons and such? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I tell you what, just a moment of silence there. It's been a really tough week here at South Central High School with the loss of a student and his mother that died in a freak accident Tuesday morning, I believe it was. But again, just a moment for for the kids to be out on the field, the student body, to release balloons. And after the balloons were let go, they had a nice big, they circled up and said a prayer. And, got this game underway to try to get back to a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah, it's not been the best weeks here at South Central, and on behalf of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, we would like to send our condolences to the Oman family. Words cannot describe the grief that has shocked this area of Indiana as we remember those lost and are heartbroken over such a tragic incident. Our thoughts and our prayers are with South Central as we remember Joey, who was a baseball and basketball player here at South Central. We also want to remember his mother, Angela. This is not something easy for anyone to talk about, and we pray for Abby on a speedy recovery as this is nothing anyone should have to go through. We are so saddened for your loss. Tonight's broadcast for the game is in their memory, Chris.
And it's fitting, again, regardless of what the scoreboard says, at the end of this game, for these kids, for these young men here at South Central to be able to get back on the football field and try to put the tragic events of what happened this week behind them, no matter what that scoreboard says, they're winners tonight.
I'm going to ask our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer. We're going to take a 10-second pause, and at the end of the 10 seconds, Marilla, I want you to roll the commercial break, and we will come back. We will have a 10-second moment of silence, and we will go to commercial break.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Shell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. You grow up and work on a family farm on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team. That appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust, equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back here to South Central Field as the South Central Satellites are hosting the South Newton Rebels from Kentland, Indiana. Thank you to our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, who is back at KVB headquarters, making sure we are broadcasting out to you live. Without an in-game producer, we wouldn't be able to have this broadcast brought to you this way, and we do appreciate each in-game producer we have. Marilla has done a fantastic job for us all season long, and we want to acknowledge that as she is just as much a part of this team as we are here at the game, and without them, we wouldn't be able to be on the air. Thank you so much, Marilla. The on-field PA announcer tonight here at South Central is Steve Nedza. The clock operator is Chad Haschel. The play clock operator tonight is Judd Tolman. As the Marching Satellites just finished their halftime performance under the direction of Michael Scheck. A wonderful halftime performance as we are set here just about for the second half action. And it looks like tonight is homecoming as we see the homecoming corps for the South Central Satellites drive by us here. And looks like a somewhat new Chevy Silverado. I'm a Ford guy myself, but okay. Not bad, not bad. Got the homecoming corps on the trailer, and they are cheering for them here at South Central. Very happy for the homecoming corps. You see 3 football players, a band member. A great showing here for South Central tonight as it is homecoming. And like Chris said, the scoreboard doesn't matter. That does not matter at all. It's a great evening, a great event. The Satellites know how to put on an event. The field looks great, by the way. Even through the first half after the rain and everything, it doesn't look like anything has really been torn up out there, Chris. Do you see anything on the field?
The field's actually in great shape.
Yeah.
I think all this wetness of the rain and then the dew is really keeping kids from actually being able to get real deep with the cleats. The field's in great shape, not too many chunks torn up out of it. So again, the kids actually settled down there in the second half or the second quarter, and you can see them slipping and sliding as well. So they got used to the field conditions.
Yeah, it looks like they're at about the 35-yard line is where most of the field is really seen most of the action tonight, Chris, is he's wandering about the 30-yard line on the south side of the football field as he looks pretty good out there in his rain jacket, and it's been a nice game. It's been nice and warm up here in the booth. I don't know about you out there. Is it? How's the temperature out there, Chris?
Hold on a second. Let me check my smartwatch here. The temperature right now is about 45 degrees is what it's saying. Of course, that was about an hour ago, so I probably need to update that. But, yeah, it feels great.
Well, it is the first time this year that we really feel it is football weather out here. And I normally don't bring up professional football, Chris, but last night I watched the Thursday night football game between the Colts and the Broncos. Of course, I'm a big-time Colts fan. And, man, was that a hard game to watch. Did you catch that last night?
No, the Bears weren't playing, so I don't. If the Bears aren't playing, I don't watch it.
Well, I'll tell you, Chris, it was just back and forth. Not either team scored the whole game. It was 7 field goals total, and it ended 12-9. The Colts in overtime. Believe it or not.
Actually, that'd be kind of a game that I would actually kind of like to watch. I like those games where every yard is hard to come by and scoring is at a minimum.
Well,
that's my type of football.
Russell Wilson could not get anything going for the Broncos, and then Matt Ryan could not get anything going for the Colts either. Neither team's offense really did anything on the field. It was both teams' defense, and like you said, that's your type of game. But, yeah, it was a hard one to watch last night. And, we're in full swing right now. Week 5 of the NFL season. I believe it's week 7 of college football, and we're in week 8 of high school football. So we are in full swing of football throughout the country. And I can't believe we're in week 8 already, Chris. We're getting ready for the postseason. We've got several teams that we're following in our area, Chris, that are looking like they're going to have a good run, aren't they?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2000.
Yeah, North Judson right now at the end of the third quarter, that score is still 21-14. North Judson going into the fourth up at LaVille.
Boy, it's becoming.
Yeah, Knox is starting to, like you said a few minutes ago, starting to turn things around at the right time. And it seems like the last couple of seasons under Coach Radke, this is about the time where they start to really turn things on and take the momentum into sectional. So, again, Stark County represented pretty well with both North Judson and Knox and looking to make some noise in the postseason. Speaking of which, that sectional draw is this Sunday.
Yes.
So we'll find out where those two schools end up, where Winamac plays. Culver, again, just West Central. All of our area teams, will be glued to the television station on Sunday.
Yeah, so explain to me what exactly happens on the draw. I've never been a part of this. This is my first season, as you know, Chris. Tell me a little bit about the intricate moments of a draw. What exactly goes down?
Well, actually, they'll do the draw in Indianapolis. You can actually go and watch. It's numbered ping pong balls, and each team is given a number, and when that number is drawn, that's where you end up in the bracket. But again, and then they actually do it's a full hour and a half, 2 hours television show where they go through each one of the sectionals in high school football and talk about the teams that are in each sectional and who the favorites are. So it's a pretty elaborate process that they go through.
Well, it reminds me of what you just were describing. It kind of reminds me of the movie Friday Night Lights, where did they used to flip a coin? Is that how they used to decide?
Well, back in Texas, when there was a tie, it went down to a coin toss.
My gosh.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy how things have times have changed.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get a word in here with Coach Beavis here from South Newton. Sorry.
Yeah, let's sit it down on the sidelines with our sports analyst Chris McGowan and head coach of the Rebels, Bradley Beavis.
All right, Coach. That first quarter there seemed like a little bit of a feeling out process there by both teams, and maybe a little bit of bus lag by your Rebels. But tell you what, the second quarter got more comfortable, and then we're able to put 28 points on the board.
Yeah, in the first quarter, I think it's the first cold game for both teams. So you got to kind of fill that out. The players are used to that. It's hard for them. And thrown interception, didn't help out our flow, but got right back into the flow in the second quarter and put some points up on the board, and some good things happened.
I have to say, being a former coach, I like the time management there at the end of the second quarter, calling that timeout and getting the ball back, getting the turnover, and able to punch another one in right before halftime, knowing you get the ball to start the second half. So you come out here, you put another one on the board, connect the extra point. We're going to a running clock, it looks like.
Yeah, since they put the running clock rule in, that's kind of the goal is to get in the running clock, and then the clock kind of manages itself. And they don't have to do what you used to have to do and, put young guys in and milk the clock. So that's always a goal. So hopefully, I think this first drive down score, get the running clock, and get our younger kids some playing time.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for taking the time speaking with us. Good luck second half.
All right, that's head coach of the South Newton Rebels, Bradley Beavis, says he put 28 points on the Satellites for the first half. And you're right, Chris, good clock management there at the end of the first half. He took advantage of what the Satellites gave him. And, the Satellites were in it there in the first quarter, as you mentioned. It just was a second quarter explosion by the Rebels of Kentland, Indiana. Long drive here as these two teams don't normally match up on the regular. And we had a chance to talk to athletic director John Haggard just a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact. And he was telling us that actually South Newton had called South Central and asked if they had a game available, and that's how this game really came to be, Chris, was South Newton called John Haggard, asked if there was a game available, and they made this happen. And like Buzz Schoaf said last Saturday on the Sports Line show, he said, I'm not driving to South Newton. As long as they can come here, that's fine. So that's how this game really pieced together out for us this evening. It's just been a lopsided affair, an unfortunate way that this game has gone. And I saw, Chris, you had a chance to talk to the lead official down there on the sidelines. What, is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's laughing it off. I tell you what, totally, I was really impressed with how he took that hit, and he said that's the best block he's thrown in a long time. But he took a shot there in that first quarter, but was able to bounce back up and able to continue. So kudos to him for doing that, especially as cold as it is. That could not have felt very well.
Yeah, you see the Satellites stretching here to start the second half. You're exactly right. As cold as it is out here, you got to stay warm, got to stay loose, keep the guys in it. Hey, South Newton scored 28 points in one quarter. You've got 2 quarters to go. This game is not over. There's a lot of time left. Keep the positivity up. Let's get excited and make something happen here on the field if you're the Satellites. We're going to start the second half here with 15 seconds to go, Chris. And what do you want to see from the Satellites here?
I want to see them not give up. Come out and play like it's 0-0, like you have to shoot for here. And again, it's going to be the first opening drive of the second half, because if South Newton's able to punch it in and kick the extra point, we go to a running clock. And this second half will go by really, really, really fast. So if you're South Central, you look to just come out and try to get a stop here defensively, and then try to muster some offense. Something you haven't had very much of there in that first half.
Well, Buzz Schoaf has talked to us all season long on the Saturday Sports Line. He said that this team in the Satellites has no quit, and they've shown that over the last 8 weeks. And we will see what they have for us here in the second half. Exactly like you said, Chris, just some effort. Give us everything you got here in the second half and make something happen. Get something on the board. Get some respectable points here and make South Newton know you're here for a reason tonight. As our kickoff is sponsored by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being our sponsor for our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week. You can tune in every Saturday for the Saturday Sports Line between 8 and 10 a.m. Central for our announcement of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week, sponsored by JT Shirt Shack and Web Printing of Winamac. Actually stopped by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack earlier today. They're doing well. They're embroidering our new jackets as we speak, Chris. All right, the Satellites are set to kick this one away as the second half is going to start here in Union Mills. It'll be kicked to about the 23-yard line before it's recepted by a Rebel, before he brings it up to about the 45-50. Now he crosses over into Satellite territory before he's tripped up at about the 35-yard line, not far from our own Chris McGowan.
Yeah, great play there by Rylan Rondo, number 30, saving a touchdown there. A great return there by the Rebels. So the great starting field position at the 36-yard line of South Central. So South Central with their backs against the wall here defensively to start this second half.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Glenn Bailey at 574-842-5000. First and 10 for the Rebels. Ball on Satellite's 36-yard line. Krug takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. He's trying to fight for about 5, maybe 6 yards before he's brought down by a Satellite.
Yeah, just a zone read there by the Rebels. And Krug doing a good job of reading the outside linebacker. Kept that for about 7 yards there. So it's going to be a second and short here for the South Newton Rebels.
So we're in the first minute of the third quarter. Evan Krug for the Rebels at shotgun, ready to take the snap. He does. He hands off up the middle to Corbin Cruz, who's cutting back over to the right side. He's got maybe the first down and more before he's tackled at about the 20 or 19-yard line.
Yeah, pickup of about 10 yards there on second down. So another fresh set of downs for the Rebels.
Boy, the Satellites just need a shot of energy here, a little positivity to bring it through the whole stadium. They need something here. 10:45 to go here in the third quarter. 28-0. The South Newton Rebels lead as Evan Krug is in shotgun, ready to take the snap. You can still see their breath as it's cold out there. He takes the snap. Now he's rolling out to his right. Here comes Satellites, and it's swatted away. Number 77 on the play, John Whitaker for the Satellites. Huge play for him on defense.
Yeah, 6'3",
250
junior there doing a good job of batting that ball down. So big stop there defensively on first down. So 2nd and 10 here for the Rebels. And again, South Central with their backs against the wall need to get a stop here to keep this game from going to a running clock.
Yeah, you look out onto the field, John Whitaker, maybe one of the tallest ones out there, as that was a big-time swat for him. As Krug for the Rebels takes the snap, fake, hands off. He keeps it himself as he's going to run over to the left side, and he is going to go out of bounds at about the...
Out of bounds.
Yeah.
1 yard line.
There must have been a Satellite after him I didn't see. I thought he was going to score there.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He had a free lane into the end zone there. Makes me wonder if might be trying to set up a score for one of his teammates.
I'm almost wondering. You may be right here. We'll see who he goes to. Krug from shotgun takes the snap. He hands off up the middle. It's number 26, I believe. Luke Patterson for the touchdown as the Rebels strike again. It'll be 34-0 here in the third quarter.
And it looks like South Newton going to go for 2 here.
Wow, going for 2 here. What would be the advantage, Chris?
I don't know, maybe just working on 2-point plays here for future contests, maybe.
All right, takes the snap, going for 2, hands off up the middle again. It is Luke Patterson, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion as it'll be 36-0 here in the third quarter. Very interesting on going for 2 there. Very, very surprising.
Yeah, so now 36-0. So that will, from here after this kickoff, that will initiate the running clock. An update from LaVille. North Judson had intercepted a pass.
Wow.
And then they turned the ball right back over. So LaVille, with about 5 minutes to go in the game, has the ball on North Judson's 37-yard line, trailing 21-14.
Boy, that looks like that game is going to wind down before our game does. If you're flipping back and forth, we are covering a lot of football in this area. We are so glad you were joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports. As we thank Patrick Auto Group for supporting local high school sports tonight. Located in Knox on US 35, call 574-772-7272. That's Patrick Auto Group. The Rebels set to kick this one away. It's Edgardo Andrade Luna set to kick this one away for the Rebels as he does a left-footed kick all the way to about the 25-yard line. It's returned by the Satellites. That's number 86, Kevin Higley, as he's going to cut it back over to the middle and get tackled at about the 44, 45-yard line.
So, again, great starting field position. That hasn't been a problem for South Central all night. Doing a good job on the kickoff returns. It's just being able to sustain drives and put a couple of first downs together back to back.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Satellites. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen them out on the offensive end. We'll see if they can get something to happen as Zach Anshar is in shotgun to take the snap. He's looking to throw immediately. Rolls out to his right side. A Rebel's coming after him. He gets rid of it right away, and it is bobbled, almost intercepted, but it drops on the ground. Corbin Cruz almost came up with it, but it falls to the ground as it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Satellites.
Yeah, Carter Holmquist there, the intended receiver, actually became the defensive back and had to separate Cruz from that ball. Did a good job of doing that, or else that would have been an interception, another interception for this South Newton defense.
All right, Hanshar from shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Hands off up the middle, and he gets nowhere before he's met by several Rebels on the play. And it is going to be 3rd down. Boy, I just saw 4 of the best-looking hot dogs I've ever seen, Chris. They must be cooking something good down there at the concession stand. It is packed out there. I'm getting hungry, Chris. I haven't eaten yet today. 8 minutes to go. Hanshar takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's looking to throw a deep bomb down the right sideline. And it's no good. I didn't see who the intended target was, but man, Zach Hanshar showing his arm strength off on that one. Deep bomb all the way from about the 35-yard line down to the 20 on the opposite side of the field. What a bomb.
Yeah, that was that Carter Holmquist on the on the other end of that, the intended receiver just went through his hands there. But, great arm strength by Hanchar in South Central here going to line up the punt with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
So 3 and out as the Satellites are going to have to punt this one away. As the snap is away, the punt is clean all the way to about the 28-yard line. It's going to be returned by number 2, Chase Stillebauer, as he cuts back over to about the 46-yard line before he's tackled. A number that pops to mind is number 21 for the Satellites, Tyler Carr.
And with 4 minutes to go, LaVille has punched one in. So it's now 21-20. I'm still waiting to see if the extra point was good or if they are going for 2. So with 4 minutes to go, it's 21-20. LaVille just punching one in late against North Judson.
Boy, a barn burner going down against the Lancers and Blue Jays, as we will not know what's going to happen here in the next few moments. As the Rebels take the snap, that's Krug up the middle. He keeps it himself at. Oh, it looks like there's a fumble on the play, but the Rebels are going to pounce on it, and the officials are going to say it is South Newton ball. So it is a running clock still, under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 36-0. The South Newton Rebels lead the South Central Satellites. If you're jumping back and forth from our sister station at Max 98.3, hello, I'm Mitch Columbi. Down on the sidelines is sports analyst Chris McGowan, getting all access unlike ever before. Zach Ganchar from shotgun takes the snap. He's looking to throw, fires. Oh, it's intercepted. That's John Whitaker, the big man, up the middle. Now he's running it across the 50. And he's tackled at about the 48-yard line. And the ball got loose, but he was down as a huge interception, the second interception on the night for the Satellites.
Yeah, big play there by the big man. And he it's like he's carried the ball a time or two, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, good hands as he swatted a pass earlier. Now he intercepts it. John Whitaker making things happen for the Satellites. This is the type of energy they need to get something going. Let's see if they can get something going here on this drive. As the quarterback, Zach Kanchar's in shotgun. Most of the night he has been. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Fires over the middle, and it was almost caught but slipped through the hands. That was number 85, Carter Holmquist.
Yeah, ball just thrown a little bit behind the receiver there, trying to protect him from the safety in the middle of the field. But again, I think Anchar there, if he had that to throw over again, I think he would actually lead the receiver there and put it right out of the numbers.
So the Satellites break the huddle. They've got their plan here. Let's see what they do. 2nd and 10, ball on the 49-yard line in Rebel territory. Hanchar from shotgun takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Fires out to the right side. He's got his man. He's going to get maybe 5-6 yards. Oh, he's going to get the first down and more as a couple of Rebels couldn't bring him down. I don't see the number of the intent or who recepted that, Chris. Do you?
Again, 85 become a favorite target here for Hanchar. Holmquist doing a good job of securing the football and then making a couple Rebels miss and picking up that first down for South Central.
So Carter Holmquist doing quite a good job here as of late with 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Looking like a good drive here from the Satellites. 1st and 10. Hanchar takes the snap. He's rolling out to his left. He fires over the middle, and it almost was intercepted. It was tipped up in the air by number 50 of the Rebels. That was David Van Wienen. Good defensive stop by the Rebels.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Satellites. Again, looking to try to put a couple of first downs together here on the same drive and try to salvage some positivity here and maybe try to punch one across the end zone, the end line.
Well, they're definitely looking better on this drive, and this is what you want to see from the South Central Satellites. 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. 36-0. Hanshar from shotgun. He takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. Fires down the right sideline, and it goes out of bounds. It sailed away from him, as the elements have been a part of this game tonight.
That was pretty impressive. He threw that ball 30 yards from off his back foot, fading back. So definitely has the arm strength to be able to make any throw that he wants.
Yeah, he's
just sailed out of bounds on him.
Oh, he has shown his athletic ability tonight as Zach Hanshar. And we've heard about him all year long from head coach Buzz Schoaf, and we finally get a chance to see him tonight. He's got the arm talent, and he's got the speed. He just needs to make something happen here on this drive for the Satellites, as we hope they can make something work. Hanshar from shotgun takes the snap. He's got Rebels coming after him real quick. He runs out to his left. He's still alive. He throws to his left side, and he almost had his man, and it was tipped up in the air and falls to the ground. It was intended target number 21, Tyler Carr, again, as Zach Hanshar outruns the Rebels. So it'll be fourth down, and it looks like they're probably going to have to punt this one away, Chris. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like my punt here. I'm actually making my way up to the booth with it being a running clock.
Sure thing. Got your headset ready as the punt is up and away. It's going to bounce inside the 10-yard line, and the Satellites are going to pick it up at about the 3, as we are under a minute here in the third quarter. So the Rebels will take over in their own territory. As the clock continues to run, under 30 seconds here in the third quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rebels, the South Newton Rebels of Kentland, Indiana. Krug takes the snap. He hands off to Corbin Cruz up the middle, who gets maybe 3 or 4 on the carry, if that, as that'll be the end of the third quarter here in South Central. 36-0. The South Newton Rebels lead. We're going to keep it here, as tonight's game is brought to you in part by Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. So it'll be the start of the fourth quarter. As Chris mentioned, it is a running clock now due to the score. And unfortunately, Buzz Schoaf has mentioned us in the Saturday Sports Line. They have had a running clock a few times this season. It has been a learning curve of a season for this young team. And like he told Chris in the halftime break, he wants to stop using we're young as an excuse, Chris. And, you know, I feel for him. He's trying his best out here. He's got a young group of guys. They're hoping to get things working together, and it just isn't coming together like you'd like. You know, the first quarter was fantastic. They did a great job. It was scoreless. And then that second quarter explosion by the Rebels, 28 points in one quarter. That's tough to get back. And a better third quarter. They only have scored now once. But as we go into the fourth quarter, it is 36-0, Chris.
And you look at South Central not being able to sustain drives. When your defense is on the field as much as what South Central has been, you're going to give up points.
All right, I missed the play on that one. I was caught up talking with you as the Rebels flipped to the other side of the field for the start of the fourth quarter. As they are deep in their own territory, it looked like they didn't get much on the play, or did they? They got the first down and more. So sorry we missed that play there. As that
was Cruz on the carry.
Cruz on the carry. I appreciate it, Chris. As it'll be 1st and 10, ball on their own 15-yard line with 11:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Evan Krug from shotgun takes the snap. He hands off to Corbin Cruz up the middle, who's got a lot of room, and he's going to get tackled at about the 37-yard line by a couple of Satellites on that play.
Yeah, big gain there by Cruz for the Rebels, picking up another first down. So we are 11 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. South Newton leading South Central 36-0.
First and 10, ball on their own 38-yard line. Evan Krug takes the snap from shotgun, hands off to Corbin Cruz up the middle again. He cuts back over to the right side. He's going to get to the first down, crosses the 50-yard line to the 40, now to the 35 before he's run out of bounds by a Satellite. I missed the number on it again, but a good rundown by the Satellite on that play to keep him from scoring.
Yeah, great effort there to prevent another touchdown by South Newton. But again, South Newton taking over this possession deep in their own territory, and they are already out across midfield down to the South Central 37-yard line there.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's sitting. First and 10 on the Satellite's 37-yard line as they've crossed the 50-yard line into Satellite territory with 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. A running clock as Krug is going to take the snap, fake the handoff, and keep it himself up the right side. A huge area of running room as he gets tripped up about the maybe the 8-yard line. I can't see from here.
Yeah, and just inside the 10 there. Actually all the way down, about the 6 or 7 yard line. So it's going to be first and goal for South Newton with 9:36 here in the fourth quarter, already up 36-0.
Well, it's just been that type of game for us tonight, Chris. And, we're going to have these types of games throughout any type of season. You never know who's going to come in and score this many points. We thought it was going to be a little bit more of a tightly contested battle between these two teams. We've had it on the schedule all year long since late July, really. So looks like Krug's going to take the snap. He's looking to fire out to his right side. He's got his man, as that was actually Corbin Cruz on the throw, as it will be another touchdown for the South Newton Rebels of Kentland, Indiana. They go up 42-0 here in the fourth quarter against the South Central Satellites. Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's football action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way.
An update from Bourbon. Knox now leads Triton 38-32. Triton just put a touchdown on the board, went for 2. Did not get it, so under a minute left to go in that game. Knox leading 38-32. The last score I saw from LaVille was North Judson and LaVille tied at 21.
Well, for the Rebels, the extra point was up and away and good. Of course, that was Edgardo Andrade Luna doing the kicking duties. He had that first kick earlier in the game that was short. The rest have been perfect, high-arcing kicks right down the middle as the Rebels lead 43-0 here in this contest, a game that has just gotten away from the Satellites and just a tough night. The frustration continues here in South Central. You want to see these teams do so well, and we appreciate Buzz Schoaf and all that he does for us and taking the time to talk with us, and we're so glad to be here tonight. It's just been a disappointing game for the Satellites, but a lot of fanfare as the homecoming was tonight, and it's just not gone their way tonight, Chris, at all.
No, it has not, but again, it's been a pretty tough week for these Satellites. But hey, they showed up and trying to return to a little bit of normalcy here in this community.
Absolutely, as the kick is up and away to the Satellites, as they're going to return this up to about the 40-yard line. That's a great return by the Satellites. I didn't see who was returning that one. It looks like it was number 18, I think. Clayton Strow on the return, as it'll be 1st and 10 for the Satellites in this running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Here's a halftime score. Culver Community up 22-8 at Pioneer.
Wow, it's only halftime.
Well, I'm sure it's beyond that, but the last score that was posted.
Yeah. All right. Zach Hanshar from shotgun for the Satellites. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Now he's got to roll out to his right side. He's using his athleticism as he throws a bomb down the right sideline, and it falls out of bounds. It looks like the last few bombs he's thrown have just trailed away from him and out of bounds.
The late penalty flag on the play might be roughing the passer here against South Newton, which, yeah.
He's been chased all over the field tonight. Zach Hanshar has.
Yeah, so personal foul, roughing the passer against the Rebels. So South Central will gladly take this free 15 yards and the first down and move the ball into South Newton territory.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. So the penalty moves them into Rebel territory as it's 1st and 10 on the 45. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Zach Hanshar takes the low snap, picks it up. Now he's got to roll out to his right. He turns around, throws back to his left side, and he gets rid of it. As a smart play there by Zach Hanshar. He is just frustrated, as we all are. He just can't quite get things going for the Satellites. It's upsetting as they're trying their darndest to make something happen tonight. Boy, he is running all over the field tonight. He is going to feel it tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have much time to throw, so...
No. All right. Hanshar breaks the huddle, gives his team the play as he will take this one from shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Steps back. Rolls out to his left. He's got a couple of Rebels after him. He gets rid of it on the left sideline. It's going to be caught at the 15-yard line. That's number 18, Clayton Strow on the catch. A huge throw and catch by the Satellites.
Oh, wow. So from LaVille actually had a game-winning field goal attempt that hit the upright. So they are going to overtime.
Oh, my gosh.
In La Paz. 21-21 going into overtime.
Boy, that game is going down to the wire on Max 98.3 WYMR. As here in our game, it is a different ending here as Zach Hanshar takes the snap and throws out to his right side. That is Clayton Strow again on the catch as they are making something happen here late.
And that was Lucas Bugacci, however you say that. I apologize.
Bogusky. Yeah, I thought that was a cool name.
Yeah, on the stop there for the Rebels.
So trying to get some points on the board here with 4 minutes to go. The Satellites on the 8-yard line, 2nd and 5. Hanshar takes the snap, looks out to his right side, and he almost had his man. Intended target was number, I just can't quite see the numbers, Chris. 86, Kevin Higley. Kevin Higley was the intended target. He had him on the slant. Hanshar had him on the slant. It was just behind Higley on that play. Hanshar's going to take this one from shotgun as it is 3rd down here. Hanshar hands up the middle, and he's not going to get anywhere. Unfortunate. That was their 3rd down play. And I don't know. What do you think Buzz Schoaf's going to do here, Chris?
You got nothing to lose. Might as well go for it. On 4th down, running clock, you got 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. You're down 43-0. So go ahead and run another offensive play and see if you can at least pick up a first down.
I agree. You got to get something on the board here, and you just got to do something here. Is Zach Hanshar 4th and 5? This is it here on this drive for them. Hanshar takes the snap, rolls out to his left. He is going to get sacked in the backfield. Man, the Satellites just can't get something to go their way at all tonight. Man.
Really impressed with how aggressive this South Newton Rebel defense is. They fly around, they fly to the football, so they've given the South Central offense fits all night long.
Well, other than that first quarter, it has been a Rebel ball game as the Satellites did very well in the first quarter to start out, keeping it scoreless. But, man, it has just not gone their way here as of late. And the clock is stopped at 2:30 here to go in the fourth quarter as the South Newton Rebels lead 43-0 here in Union Mills as the South Central Satellites trail. A tough game for them tonight. I'm sure we'll have a chance to talk to Buzz Show first thing in the morning to kind of gather our thoughts and pick up where we can. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be a tough end of the year for them as they're going to have to take this season as a learning curve for sure going forward into next year. So the Rebels will take over on downs here. Ball on the 8-yard line, their own 8-yard line with 2:30 to go here in the ball game. We'll keep an eye on that LaVille and North Judson score. As Chris said, it went into overtime, 21-all on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR. Tony the Boss Ross and crew is there. We're so glad you're joining us here as South Central is down 0-43 here with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter as the Rebels take the snap on first down and get maybe a few yards on the carry before they're brought down by a Satellite. It'll be second down for them on this drive.
Yeah, so 2:05 left here in the fourth quarter, left in the ball game. South Newton here just going to take their time and milk this clock and get out of here with a win and end the two-game losing streak.
All right. Krug takes the snap. He takes a hit as he's going to get the first down and more as he kept it for a run up the right side. He gets the first down and more. I thought he was going to get tackled, but they are going to move the chains here with 1:30 to go.
You know, for the most part, it's been a pretty clean game. Not too many penalties called.
No, yeah, the flags have been kept in the officials' pockets. As the last couple weeks, Chris, they've been the refs have been really like to fly the flags the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that game last week with Winamac and West Central.
Maybe that's what you got to do. You got to get the head referee on his behind, so that he won't throw the flag all night. He took a huge hit in the first half as the Rebels are going to take the snap and hand off up the middle and not get much, as this is going to be the last minute here at South Central Field. It's going to end 43-0 will be the final score as the South Newton Rebels travel all the way from Kentland, Indiana to pick up a win against the South Central Satellites. A tough loss for the Satellites as we will have much time to talk here in the Collins Insurance postgame show to dissect what we've seen here tonight. As one of the final plays, Krug is going to take the snap and hand off the Cruz up the middle, who crosses the 50-yard line, and he's tackled it at the 45, as that will be the last play of the game. Final score here from South Central, 43 for the South Newton Rebels, 0 for the South Central Satellites. We'll be back for our Collins Insurance postgame show. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Coke knows there's nothing better than the beat of the summer. The beat begins in a simple and mellow place, from low-key to hyped up. So we're helping you and your friends drink it all in with 100 days of the artist's experiences, tracks, and concerts with the best names in music, all at Coke Studio. Drink, scan, and enjoy your Coke, so you never miss out on all the amazing offers we're dropping this summer.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
43-0 was the final score as the South Newton Rebels ruin homecoming for the South Central Satellites. Mitch Columbi along with our sports analyst Chris McGowan. Chris, you were down on the field for the majority part of the game. Tell me a little bit about what you saw from the Rebels tonight, as they are our winners, and what you may have heard inside action we may not have heard ourselves here on the game broadcast.
Just once they got acclimated to the weather and the cold weather and the field conditions, with it being wet, with the rain that happened right actually before pregame, but again, an hour and 45-minute bus ride. They probably had a little bit of a bus lag. So, again, once they got out here and got loosened up and got warmed up, I tell you what, I was really impressed, both offensively and defensively, with what they were able to do here tonight against this South Central Satellite football team. But I'm really impressed with the front seven of South Newton. They were able to get after South Central, and Zach Hanchard never really was able to get comfortable in the pocket throwing the football.
Well, tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Collins Insurance, taking care of all your insurance needs. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Stick around for our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is proud to be our area's newest sales representatives for Pioneer Hybrid Seed. This is Andy Awald. Pioneer offers top-of-the-line genetics, a complete portfolio including alfalfa and wheat seed, and cutting-edge seed traits and technologies. Combined with exceptional financing options, Pioneer provides the total package, one that we are proud to be able to offer our customers. If you are currently working with a Pioneer sales representative, you have made a good choice. If you aren't, let Farm Fertilizers and Seeds show you how Pioneer can work on your farm. Call us today at 867-2441 to answer any of your questions.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Now, let's return to the voices of WKVI Sports Director Mitch Columbi and sports analyst Chris McGowan.
Well, we're here at South Central Field as the South Newton Rebels took it to the Satellites here on homecoming. 43-0 was the final score. We had a running clock for most of the second half as it just wasn't the Satellites' night, Chris. And we turn to our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. What play sticks out to you, and who should we award this Stark County Co-op Play of the Game to?
The play of the game goes back to the second quarter and the second touchdown that South Newton was able to score. Evan Krug threw a dime, dropped it right over the defender's head and into Lucas Boguski's hands and arms for a perfect strike and put South Newton up 14-0, and they never looked back from that point on.
That's your Stark County Co-op Play of the Game as we thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Our five-star player of the game is next. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
Thanks, John. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5-Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5-Star in the Knox Mall. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
All right, Chris, it's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Who do you have for us?
I'm going with the quarterback from South Newton, number 4, Evan Krug. Had himself a game, threw a couple touchdown passes and rushed for a couple more. Just really had control of that South Newton offense. Had an interception on defense right before half that set up another score for South Newton. So number 4, Evan Krug, the quarterback, the junior quarterback from South Newton. Our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game.
Well, we congratulate the South Newton Rebels and Evan Krug, the quarterback, for earning our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. And on behalf of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, we would like to send our condolences to the Oman family. Words cannot describe the grief that has shocked this area of Indiana as we remember those lost and are heartbroken over such a tragic incident. Our thoughts and prayers are with South Central as we remember Joey, who was a baseball and basketball player here at South Central. We also want to remember his mother, Angela. This is not something easy for anyone to talk about, and we pray for Abby on a speedy recovery, as this is nothing anyone should have to go through. We are so saddened for your loss, as tonight's broadcast was in their memory. We appreciate you joining us here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tune in to Max 98.3 FM. Catch the end of the LaVille North Judson game. It looks like it's going down to the wire in overtime, as we're hoping to get an update here in just a moment. But
I do have an update. LaVille comes back and pulls it off 27-21 in overtime.
My goodness. So North Judson is going to go down for the first time this season. And, you know, we've talked a little bit, Chris, maybe this is the type of game you need as a Blue Jay to kind of wake up a little bit, get the taste of a loss in your mouth going into the postseason. You know now what you don't want to have happen. You know, it's tough going undefeated, Chris, in any situation. I would like to think that this is only going to help the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Coach Lambert has to say tomorrow morning on the Coaches Show.
Oh, yeah. And we invite you to join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports broadcast in Indiana. We will have our area high school coaches on hand to catch us up on what happened tonight, as we will be going live at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning on 99.3 FM and streaming online at WKVI.com. We invite you to follow us on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, our sports analyst, Chris McGowan, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to High School Football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Dairy Queen of Winamac, Patrick Auto Group, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.